Egyptian language, Wikipedia audio. The Egyptian language was spoken in ancient Egypt and was a branch of the Afro-Asiatic languages. Its attestation stretches over an extraordinarily long time, from the Old Egyptian stage. Its earliest known complete written sentence has been dated to about 2690 BC, which makes it one of the oldest recorded languages known, along with Sumerian. Its classical form is known as Middle Egyptian, the vernacular of the Middle Kingdom of Egypt, which remained the literary language of Egypt until the Roman period. The spoken language evolved into Demotic by the time of classical antiquity, and finally into Coptic by the time of Christianization. Spoken Coptic was almost extinct by the 17th century, but it remains in use as the liturgical language of the Coptic Orthodox Church of Alexandria. The Egyptian language belongs to the Afro-Asiatic language family. Among the typological features of Egyptian that are typically Afro-Asiatic are its fusional morphology, non-concatenative morphology, a series of emphatic consonants, a three-vowel system /aiu/, nominal feminine suffix *it, nominal m, adjectival * and characteristic personal verbal affixes. Of the other Afro-Asiatic branches, Egyptian shows its greatest affinities with Semitic and, to a lesser extent, Cushitic. Classification. In Egyptian, the Proto-Afro-Asiatic voiced consonants */dz/ developed into pharyngeal // r.t portal, Semitic dalt door. Afro-Asiatic */l/ merged with Egyptian n, r, and j in the dialect on which the written language was based, but it was preserved in other Egyptian varieties. Original */kg/palatalis to j in some environments and are preserved as kgq in others. The Egyptian language has many biradical and perhaps monoradical roots, in contrast to the Semitic preference for triradical roots. Egyptian is probably more conservative, and Semitic likely underwent later regularizations converting roots into the triradical pattern. Archaic Egyptian, the reconstructed language of the early dynastic period, Old Egyptian, the language of the Old Kingdom, Middle Egyptian, the language of the Middle Kingdom to early New Kingdom and continuing on as a literary language into the 4th century, Late Egyptian, Amarna period to 3rd Intermediate period, Demotic, the vernacular of the Late period, Ptolemaic and early Roman Egypt, Coptic, the vernacular at the time of Christianization, and liturgical language of Egyptian Christianity. Although Egyptian is the oldest Afro-Asiatic language documented in written form, its morphological repertoire is very different from that of the rest of the Afro-Asiatic, in general, and Semitic, in particular. There are multiple possibilities. Egyptian had already undergone radical changes from Proto-Afro-Asiatic before it was recorded. The Afro-Asiatic family has so far been studied with an excessively Semito-centric approach, or, as G. W. Tsereteli suggests, Afro-Asiatic is an allogenetic rather than a genetic group of languages. The Egyptian language is conventionally grouped into 6 major chronological divisions. Old, Middle, and Late Egyptian were all written using both the hieroglyphic and hieratic scripts. Demotic is the name of the script derived from hieratic beginning in the 7th century BC. The Coptic alphabet is the use of the Greek alphabet adapted for Egyptian phonology, first developed in the Ptolemaic period, and gradually replacing the use of the Demotic script in about the 4th to 5th centuries CE. The term Archaic Egyptian is sometimes reserved for the earliest use of hieroglyphs, during the late 4th to early 3rd millennia BC. At the earliest stage, around 3300 BC, hieroglyphs were not a fully developed writing system, being at a transitional stage of proto-writing. Over time, the time leading up to the 27th century BC, grammatical features such as Nisba formation can be seen to occur. Old Egyptian is dated from the oldest known complete sentence, including a finite verb, found in the tomb of Seth-Peribsen. It reads: extensive texts appear from about 2600 BC. The pyramid texts are the largest body of literature written in this phase of the language. One of its distinguishing characteristics is the tripling of ideograms, phonograms, and determinatives to indicate the plural. Overall, it does not differ significantly from Middle Egyptian, the classical stage of the language, though it is based on a different dialect. Middle Egyptian was spoken from about 2000 BC for a further 700 years, when Late Egyptian made its appearance. In writing, it makes use of around 900 hieroglyphs. Middle Egyptian is not descended directly from Old Egyptian, which was based on a different dialect. History. The Middle Egyptian stage is taken to have ended around the 14th century BC, giving rise to Late Egyptian. This transition was taking place in the later period of the 18th dynasty of Egypt. Middle Egyptian was retained as a literary standard language, and in this usage survived until the Christianization of Roman Egypt in the 4th century CE. As the classical variant of Egyptian, Middle Egyptian is the best documented variety of the language, and has attracted the most attention by far from Egyptology. Whilst most Middle Egyptian is seen written on monuments by hieroglyphs, it is also written using a cursive variant, and the related hieratic. Middle Egyptian first became available to modern scholarship with the decipherment of hieroglyphs in the early 19th century. The first grammar of Middle Egyptian was published by Adolf Erman 1894, surpassed in 1927 by Alan Gardner's work. Middle Egyptian has been well understood since then, although certain points of the verbal inflection remained open to revision until the mid-20th century, notably due to the contributions of Hans Jacob Polotsky. Late Egyptian is represented by a large body of religious and secular literature, comprising such examples as the story of Wenamun, the love poems of the Chester Beatty I Papyrus, and the Instruction of Eni. Instructions became a popular literary genre of the New Kingdom, which took the form of advice on proper behavior. Late Egyptian was also the language of New Kingdom administration. The Bible contains some words, terms, and names that are thought by scholars to be Egyptian in origin. An example of this is Zaphnath-Paneah, the Egyptian name given to Joseph. Demotic is the name given to the Egyptian vernacular of the late and Ptolemaic periods. It was written in the Demotic script, derived from a northern variety of hieratic writing. Coptic is the name given to the stage of the language at the time of Christianization. It survived into the medieval period, but by the 16th century was dwindling rapidly due to the persecution of Coptic Christians under the Mamluks. It probably survived in the Egyptian countryside as a spoken language for several centuries after that. Coptic survives as the liturgical language of the Coptic Orthodox Church of Alexandria and the Coptic Catholic Church. Old Egyptian, Middle Egyptian. Pre-Coptic Egyptian does not show great dialectal differences in the written language because of the centralized nature of Egyptian society. However, differences must have existed in speech because a letter from c. 1200 BC complains that the language of a correspondent is as unintelligible as the speech of a northern Egyptian to a southerner. Late Egyptian. Demotic and Coptic. Dialects. Orthography. Phonology. Recently, some evidence of internal dialects has been found in pairs of similar words in Egyptian that, based on similarities with later dialects of Coptic, may be derived from northern and southern dialects of Egyptian. Written Coptic has 5 major dialects, which differ mainly in graphic conventions, most notably the Southern Semitic dialect, the main classical dialect, and the Northern Bohairic dialect, currently used in Coptic church services. Most surviving texts in the Egyptian language are written on stone in hieroglyphs. The native name for Egyptian hieroglyphic writing is Znmdwnr. However, in antiquity, most texts were written on perishable papyrus in hieratic and demotic, which are now lost. There was also a form of cursive hieroglyphs, used for religious documents on papyrus, such as the Book of the Dead of the 20th dynasty. It was simpler to write than the hieroglyphs in stone inscriptions, but it was not as cursive as hieratic and lacked the wide use of ligatures. Additionally, there was a variety of stone-cut hieratic, known as lapidary hieratic. In the language's final stage of development, the Coptic alphabet replaced the older writing system. Hieroglyphs are employed in 2 ways in Egyptian texts, as ideograms to represent the idea depicted by the pictures and, more commonly, as phonograms to represent their phonetic value. Consonants. As the phonetic realization of Egyptian cannot be known with certainty, Egyptologists use a system of transliteration to denote each sound that could be represented by a uniliteral hieroglyph. While the consonantal phonology of the Egyptian language may be reconstructed, the exact phonetics are unknown, and there are varying opinions on how to classify the individual phonemes. In addition, because Egyptian is recorded over a full 2,000 years, the archaic and late stages being separated by the amount of time that separates Old Latin from modern Italian, significant phonetic changes must have occurred during that lengthy time frame. Phonologically, Egyptian contrasted labial, alveolar, palatal, velar, uvular, pharyngeal, and glottal consonants in a distribution rather similar to that of Arabic. Egyptian also contrasted voiceless and emphatic consonants, as with other Afro-Asiatic languages, but exactly how the emphatic consonants were realized is unknown. Early research had assumed that the opposition in stops was one of voicing, but it is now thought to be either one of tenuous and emphatic consonants, as in many Semitic languages, or one of aspirated and ejective consonants, as in many Cushitic languages. Since vowels were not written until Coptic, reconstructions of the Egyptian vowel system are much more uncertain and rely mainly on evidence from Coptic and records of Egyptian words, especially proper nouns, in other languages/writing systems. Also, scribal errors provide evidence of changes in pronunciation over time. The actual pronunciations reconstructed by such means are used only by a few specialists in the language. For all other purposes, the Egyptological pronunciation is used, but it often bears little resemblance to what is known of how Egyptian was pronounced. The following consonants are reconstructed for Archaic and Old Egyptian, with IPA equivalents in square brackets if they differ from the usual transcription scheme. Asterisk possibly unvoiced ejectives. Vowels. /l/ has no independent representation in the hieroglyphic orthography, and it is frequently written as if it were /n/ or /r/. That is probably because the standard for written Egyptian is based on a dialect in which /l/ had merged with other sonorants. Also, the rare cases of / occurring are not represented. The phoneme /j/ is written as j in initial position and immediately after a stressed vowel, and as jj word immediately before a stressed vowel and r unmarked word finally. In Middle Egyptian, a number of consonantal shifts take place. By the beginning of the Middle Kingdom period, /z/n/s/ had merged, and the graphemes s and z are used interchangeably. In addition, /j/ had become / word initially in an unstressed syllable and after a stressed vowel /apis. Phonotactics. In late Egyptian, the phonemes dg gradually merge with their counterparts tk. Also, often become /td/, but they are retained in many lexemes, become // and /trjw/ become / at the end of a stressed syllable and eventually null word finally, p.t*/ piet/ Akkadian transcription, pi ta bao. More changes occur in the first millennium BC and the first centuries CE, leading to Coptic. In Sahidic had merged into n/h/. Bohairic and Achaemenic are more conservative and have a velar fricative /x/. Pharyngeal * had merged into glottal // after it had affected the quality of the surrounding vowels. / is not indicated orthographically unless it follows a stressed vowel, then, it is marked by doubling the vowel letter, Achaemenic /cop/, Sahidic and Lycopolitan op, Bohairic op to be the account. The consonant system of Coptic is as follows. * various orthographic representations, see above. Here is the vowel system reconstructed for earlier Egyptian. Vowels are always short in unstressed syllables and long in open stressed syllables, they but can be either short or long in closed stressed syllables. In the late New Kingdom, after Ramses II, around 1200 BC, */a/ changes to */o/, RW Horus */ or */u/, therefore, changes to */e/, NJ tree */ unj /*n/. In the early New Kingdom, short stressed */i/ changes to */e/, mnj minis */manage */ma ne/. Later, probably 1800 BC, a short stressed */u/ changes to */e/, and .t tanis */unit/ was borrowed into Hebrew as *un but would become transcribed as e-nu/aa-nu during the Neo-Assyrian Empire. Unstressed vowels, especially after a stress, become *// nf are good */ nf or */*nf/. */i/ changes to */e/ next to /n/j/ ww soldier */we/*we/. In Sahidic and Bohairic Coptic, late Egyptian stressed */a/ becomes */o/ and */e/ becomes /a/, but are unchanged in the other dialects, sn */san/ brother Sahidic and Bohairic son, Achaemenic, Lycopolitan and Fayumic san, RN name */rin/****ren/. Sahadic and Bohairic ran, Achaemenic, Lycopolitan and Fayumic ren. However, Sahadic and Bohairic preserve */a/, and Fayumic renders it as e in the presence of guttural fricatives, B10,000 */b/ Sahadic, Achaemenic, and Lycopolitan tba, Bohairic tba, Fayumic tb. In Achaemenic and Lycopolitan, */a/ becomes /o/ before etymological // jtrw river */jtra */jar Sahadic aor, Bohairic ior, Achaemenic ior, Fayumic iol, ir. Similarly, the diphthongs */aj/*/a/, which normally have reflexes /oj/, /ow/ in Sahadic and are preserved in other dialects, are in Bohairic oi and ou respectively, to me, to them Sahadic iroi, iru, Achaemenic and Lycopolitan ara, arau, Fayumic alai, alau, Bohairic iroi, iru. Sahadic and Bohairic preserve */e/ before // comma, Sahadic and Bohairic ne/ne/ to u/nut/u/ has acquired phonemic status, as is evidenced by minimal pairs like to approach */han/*/ */e/ often surfaces as /i/ next to /r/ and after etymological pharyngeals, here */upra/ transformation. As a convention, Egyptologists make use of an Egyptological pronunciation in English. The consonants are given fixed values, and vowels are inserted according to essentially arbitrary rules. Two consonants, aleph and ayin, are generally pronounced // Yod is pronounced /i/, w/u/. Between other consonants, // is then inserted. Thus, for example, the name of an Egyptian king is most accurately transliterated as Rmssw and transcribed as Ramesses. It means Ra has fashioned him. In transcription, A, I, and U all represent consonants. For example, the name Tutankhamun was written in Egyptian as Twtnmn. Experts have assigned generic sounds to these values as a matter of convenience, which is an artificial pronunciation and should not be mistaken for how Egyptian was ever pronounced at any time. For example, the name Twtnmn is conventionally pronounced /tutn. Kmn/ in English, but, in his lifetime, it was likely to be pronounced something like star. Egyptian is fairly typical for an Afro-Asiatic language in that at the heart of its vocabulary is most commonly a root of 3 consonants, but there are sometimes only 2 consonants in the root. Our son is thought to have been something like a voiced pharyngeal fricative. Larger roots are also common and can have up to 5 consonants, SDDB upside down. Vowels and other consonants are added to the root to derive different meanings, as Arabic, Hebrew, and other Afro-Asiatic languages still do. However, because vowels and sometimes glides are not written in any Egyptian script except Coptic, it can be difficult to reconstruct the actual forms of words. Thus, orthographic STP to choose, for example, can represent the stative, the imperfective forms or even a verbal noun. Egyptian nouns can be masculine or feminine and singular or plural, or dual. Articles, both definite and indefinite, do not occur until late Egyptian but are used widely thereafter. Egyptian has 3 different types of personal pronouns: suffix, enclitic and independent pronouns. There are also a number of verbal endings added to the infinitive to form the stative and are regarded by some linguists as a fourth set of personal pronouns. They bear close resemblance to their Semitic counterparts. The three main sets of personal pronouns are as follows. Demonstrative pronouns have separate masculine and feminine singular forms and common plural forms for both genders. Finally are interrogative pronouns. They bear a close resemblance to their Semitic and Berber counterparts. Egyptian verbs have finite and non-finite forms. Finite verbs convey person, tense/aspect, mood, and voice. Each is indicated by a set of affixal morphemes attached to the verb. The basic conjugation is sm.f he hears. Non-finite verbs occur without a subject and are the infinitive, the participles, and the negative infinitive, which Egyptian grammar, being an introduction to the study of hieroglyphs, calls negatival complement. There are two main tenses/aspects in Egyptian, past and temporally unmarked imperfective and aorist forms. The latter are determined from their syntactic context. Adjectives agree in gender and number with the nouns they modify, snfr good man and stnfrt good woman. Attributive adjectives and phrases are after the nouns they modify, great God. However, when they are used independently as a predicate in an adjectival phrase, as God great God, adjectives precede the nouns they modify. Egyptian uses prepositions which, like in many Indo-European languages, but unlike in English and other Germanic languages, always come before the noun, never after. Adverbs, in Egyptian, are at the end of a sentence. In z.nnrm the god went there is the adverb. Here are some other common Egyptian adverbs. Old Egyptian, Classical Egyptian, and Middle Egyptian have verb subject object as the basic word order. However, that had changed in the later stages of the language, including Late Egyptian, Demotic and Coptic. The equivalent to "the man opens the door" would be a sentence that would correspond, in the language's earlier stages, to "opens the man the door." The so-called status constructus combines two or more nouns to express the genitive, like in Semitic and Berber languages. The early stages of Egyptian have no articles, but the later forms use p, t, and n. Like in other Afro-Asiatic languages, Egyptian uses two grammatical genders, masculine and feminine. It also uses three grammatical numbers, singular, dual, and plural. However, later Egyptian has a tendency to lose the dual as a productive form. Nouns. The Egyptian language survived into the early modern period in the form of the Coptic language. The Copts were heavily persecuted under Islamic rule, especially under the Mamluk Sultanate, and Coptic survived past the 16th century only as an isolated vernacular. However, in antiquity, Egyptian exerted some influence on Classical Greek, so that a number of Egyptian loanwords into Greek survive into modern usage. Examples include ebony, ivory, natron, lily, ibis, oasis, perhaps barge, and possibly cat, and of course a number of terms and proper names directly associated with ancient Egypt, such as Pharaoh. The name Egypt itself is etymologically identical to that of the Copts, ultimately from the late Egyptian name of Memphis, Haikupta, a continuation of Middle Egyptian Wtkpt, home of the Ka of Te. A number of words in Biblical Hebrew are also traced to Egyptian. Apart from Pharaoh, most of these have not entered Greek, Latin, or English usage. Important note: the old grammars and dictionaries of E. A. Wallace Budge have long been considered obsolete by Egyptologists, even though these books are still available for purchase. More book information is available at Glyphs and Grammars. Pronouns, verbs, adjectives, prepositions, adverbs, syntax, legacy, notes, bibliography, literature, overviews, grammars, dictionaries, online dictionaries.